Hi, I'm Boogsy and I'm an addict. I'm going to be reading just for today, September 17th, 2024, Going Beyond Step 5. Page 271, basic text, page 32. We may think that we have done enough by writing about our past. We cannot afford this mistake. Some of us aren't too keen on writing out our fourth step. Others take it to an obsessive extreme. To our sponsor's growing dismay, we inventory ourselves again and again. We discover everything there is to know about why we were the way we were. We have the idea that thinking, writing, and talking about our past is enough. We hear none of our sponsor's suggestions to become entirely ready to have our defects removed or make amends for the harm we've caused. We simply write more about those defects and delightedly share our fresh insights. Finally, our worn-out sponsor withdraws from us in self-defense. Extreme as this scenario may seem, many of us have found ourselves in just this situation. Thinking, writing, and talking about what was wrong with us made us feel like we had it all under control. Sooner or later, however, we realized we were stuck in our problems, the solutions nowhere in sight. We knew that if we wanted to live differently, we would have to move on beyond step 5 in our program. We began to seek the willingness to have a higher power remove the character defects of which we'd become so intensely aware. We made amends for the destruction we had caused others in acting out on those defects. Only then did we begin to experience the freedom of an awakening spirit. Today, we are no longer victims. We are free to move on in our recovery. Just for today, although necessary, steps 4 and 5 alone will not bring about emotional and spiritual recovery. I will take them, and then I will act on them. I think it's really important for us to know that we made mistakes. We effed up. We did things that are shameful, embarrassing, and regretful. We are not perfect. And during our addiction, we absolutely weren't perfect at all. Like, no sense of the word were we perfect. Maybe we were perfect addicts, but who wants to be perfect at that? Nobody. But now that we are in recovery, we have to let go of the mistakes that we made. We need to point out to ourselves, hey, this is what went wrong. This is what I need to change, and we need to change it. But the more you sit there telling yourself, okay, this was wrong, I did that wrong, I messed up here, I screwed that up, this was bad, I hurt their feelings, I broke their heart, I was bad, I did this, I did that. The more we sit there doing that, the more we just sit there and get swallowed up by the negative and sad aspects of our addiction. And then all we start to hear is, you suck. You're not good enough. You made mistakes, and so you are one. And eventually we'll start believing that, because all we keep telling ourselves about ourselves are the defects that we have. But when we find a defect, we have the opportunity now in recovery to work on that defect, change that defect, make it into something positive, a lesson to be learned and a lesson to be acted upon and to be taught to others. And then later on down the road, after you've worked on this defect, maybe if you find another one, you're like, oh, you know what? I need to work on this too. Because sometimes we don't realize that we have habits and defects until they really present themselves in the moment. And then you're like, where'd that come from? Oh, got to work on that. And that's when we get to work on it. But if you sit there and you write the whole list of why you don't matter and why you're horrible and what kind of person does this, all you're going to be is that person stuck in the negative comments. And you're going to start to think that that's who you really are. And that's not. Now we're in recovery. Now we're sober. Take that opportunity to grow from the negative parts of your life and turn it into something that matters. Because you matter. And what we went through matters. But what we're going to take from it is the positive lessons that we can learn from it. And not bask in the sorrow. And I hope everyone's doing well out there. I'll talk to you later. Bye.